The word Ajami in Quran mentioned لا فرق بين عربي وأعجمي إلا بالتقوى. With the history, I mean, so many start calling Al-Ajam the Asians. It's not true. Al-Ajami هو الآسيوي. This is not true. So you mean what do you mean? Do you mean that the Chinese and the Filipinos and the Pakistanis and the Bluches and the Belgians, all of those are Ajam? What about the Africans? What about the Europeans? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And there is no. I don't know why so many start using it against the Asians. Al-Ajam are the non-Arab in the Quran mentioned. But this is not why I have uploading this video. I am uploading this video for the following point, which is لا فرق بين عربي وأعجمي إلا بالتقوى. There is no difference between an Arab and Ajami except by his relationship with God. Here, this is where you can judge. It comes with a lot. So there is no favoration between any human being and other human being except by their balance, the measurement of God's satisfaction on him as a human being, as a soul. Okay. Now this is not why I'm uploading this video. I'm uploading this video to explain this point, who many do not understand it. I can use this term Ajami in the following example so that you would understand. There is no difference between an English person, man or woman, and Ajami, except by the measurement of faith and the relationship of God. Why I'm mentioning Ajami? Because Ajami can take place with any other examples. The word Ajami. I mean, there is name of tribes, the stranger, Ajami they call him. Within even the Ishmaelians, this and cities and this is how it used, how this, for example, small tribe took this name and how this place took this place, regardless. Though even among the Ishmaelian and also cities, because the people are not Arab, they called it, they use this term. Now regardless, and this is not the point. I can say in Arabic, there is no difference between a Chinese and a Ajami. When I say Ajami, non-Chinese. So I am here. If let's say that I am living in France or living in Germany or living in Russia or living in Brazil or living in Nigeria, let's say living in England, I am considered an Ajami in comparison to the English natives or the English, because it's known that this is an English people country. If I am in Nigeria, I will be considered the Ajami in Nigeria. Because you understand me? Because you can't say that, you will always say that there is black Nigerians and non-black Nigerians. The non-black Nigerians in Nigeria are the Ajams. You get this point? Here in England, I'm considered Ajami. Me and the Pakistani, in Japan, for example, if I am going to Japan with a Pakistani gentleman, with an English gentleman, with an African gentleman, then there is the Japanese and the Ajam. Who's the Ajams? I would be one of them. The Quran say it clearly. There is no difference between an Arab or non-Arab. And he used the term Ajami. Understand me? So the word Ajami means in Arabic not the opposite, the none of the first to be called. There is in general, not a specific group. So here, for example, there is the English and the Ajam. Among the Ajam, the France, the Russians, the China, because they're not English. They don't speak the English language. In France, they speak the French language. So they are the Ajam of the English. They are in the category of non-English. The English people are in the category of Al-Ajam when it comes to France. Do you understand the point? Is it easy for? So when we say Ajam, the none of the first mentioned, I can say Arab, Ajam. Al-Arabi, Ajam. مساو للعجمي أمام الله. Arab are equal to Ajam, to the non-Arab. This is how Muhammad peace be upon him is explaining before Allah how the word it is. You are all to Adam, and Adam is only created from this dust. كلكم لآدم وآدم من تراب. I'm not good in interpreting the translating the Arabic to English. I'm doing fine. So you get it. Al-Afriqi wal-Ajam. When I say African and Ajam, then I mean the African as a one category. When I mention the word Al-Ajam, I mention all other human groups, families, race, Japanese, Chinese. They are the Ajams of Africans. The Russians, the South Americans, the white, the other. You understand me? Even a specific, like Congo, for example, they have their own language. Who is the Ajam of the Congos? Every single human being, not a Congo, not from Congo, even if he's an African. Do you understand the point? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, you Arab, just know that there is no difference between you and God have sent Muhammad there in the Arabic, and I have explained about this for many multiple reasons. They used to poet, they didn't used to write and read. Their minds start to adopt a way of copying what other things that they listen from poets. يحفظون بسهولة. I mean, they memorize the poet very easily, not like now. A hundred of ما أدري كيف أقولها. Let's say for example أبيات شعر 100 بيت 4 صفحات. Let's say a big poet of four pages. They memorize it immediately within 5 minutes. This is literally, they had this capability through the generation. So God sent Muhammad for a reason to this, that the Quran will be immediately memorized among the Arab. Al-Hafظ, some battles, Uthman bin Affan and Abu Bakr start protecting those Hafظah not to go to wars, because so many, there is a big group of those who memorize the whole Quran. So you understand me? So he said, stop not to go to fight and just teach people about Quran is better. Because at the battles, they so many of them, because it's an instruction from God to liberate the Holy Land. It's instruction from God to kick the virgin and allow them and make them accept Islam, and to kick the Romans from Egypt, and even to, but basically this is the main instruction. There is a secondary important main instruction as well to liberate the whole world. God is saying this, but just for fulfilling some things through that. They know that Muhammad, when he died, said you must do it within years. And Brother Asrin, you will do all of this. And this is why in the first century, Islam just spread and dealt with these bad dictators and these big regions, and people accepted Islam to get rid from the Romans, or the dictatorship of Persian, the persecution of the Persian, the persecution of the Byzantines, and they start adopting Arabic to send a message to those who used to occupy them and colonize them, that now we are speaking Arabic and we accept Islam. And so many among the kept accept Islam. They found a solution, and until now it's a solution. It's the path to heaven. And so I explained why Allah sent Muhammad in this region, not to mention the Holy Land, and those who will insist calling themselves Jews, and they have no right to insist on calling themselves Jews. But God, based on Islam is tolerance. God want no ikraha fi din, no forcement in the religion. لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي. And من يؤمن بالله ويكفر بالطاغوت فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى. This is important verses, and so this is, so God is saying there is no difference between you Arabs and Al-Ajam, non-Arab, because there was a nation who have specific cultural methods. Some of it is dark, even dealing with slaves. I mean, cutting the balls of children when they were young. This happened before Muhammad. Muhammad stopped it. Dealing with women, yes, definitely. In other parts of the world, at the time of Muhammad, there was far worse of what darkness of what used to be in the Ishmaelian territory or in the Arabian Peninsula. But it's a fact that Muhammad have did a lot of wonderful change. So you not just focus on Arabs, they are bad. No, there was terrible things happening in Egypt. and even the Holy Land, Europe, Africa, and until now. So the Arab was in this darkness. That's why God sent Muhammad as a final messenger. The place, the area, using the language Arabic, no more Hebrew, no more the Latinos, and the manipulation and the corruption happened, and the spirit exactly similar. There is a similarity between Moses when God gave him an instruction to teach them that they must liberate the Holy Land and settle there for a certain reason. Jacob, Israel, peace be upon him, until the Messiah. You can understand the population number of humans, the ground of excuse. They used to be generational messengers, رسل بكل على كل الأجيال. This is stopped. There is no longer a Yahudian way, specific Yahudian race. I have explained about this. So my main point here, Aijam. So in Arabic I can say, yeah, Aijam. I have explained it. I don't think that I need to explain. So لا فرق بين عربي وأعجمي إلا بالتقوى means there is no difference between Arab and Ajam except by the relation of God, and this comes with a lot of explanation. That it's easy. So there is. So basically, it's like you're saying there is no difference between Arab and non-Arab before Allah except by the relation of God. How what do you our God is? Did you receive this salvation from God? Achieve this satisfaction? Are you in the accurate path? This made you better or worse human being. Of course, as much you are good, calling for justice, doing justice, not causing unjust, bringing light, the glory that God have assigned to human, the glory to humanity, al-khala'if al-ard, imarat al-ard, al-majd al-istikhlaf, all of this. So لا فرق بين. I didn't bring anything from my. Or you go study Muhammad, the final messenger. This is the Quran, the confirmed hadith. So yeah. There is some weak hadith, I understand, but it makes sense because it's no contradiction with the Quran. But so when I say the system here, for example, in England, for example, they say and announce it. We are all human here. They say it. There is no difference between an English and non-English. You're all equal. Either you're an asylum seeker, you used to be from Europe before Brexit, you are here without. You are at the end. There is a right for you. Yes, based on the law, you have the right to work. But at the end, you have the law, the judicial system, the police. No, you got rights and you got rights. So so here the government would say لا فرق بين إنجليزي وأعجمي هنا إلا حسب الأنظمة. There is no difference between an English with a passport, national regardless, and Ajami except by the laws. The laws. Who should be free? Who should be persecuted by the law? Who should pay a fine? Who should be? You get this point. Except by the law, there is no different racial, any type of racial discrimination, or even here. So based on the race, Ajami talk about the race, doesn't talk about the religion. So we can say, when we say there is no difference between an English and Ajami, it's exactly like saying there is no difference between an English and non-English. So this is I understand. Some people say, okay, we understand. No. Just to understand the nawat al-shay, the atom of the point. I need to close. It is not about England, it's the whole world. But since the Quran is saying لا فرق بين عربي وعجمي إلا بالتقوى, it means there is no difference between an Arab and non-Arab. So I'm here trying to explain the term Ajami. It's not talking about any specific group of race. It's talking any other than the one mentioned before. It's easy to be understood. Thank you very much.